Welcome to the Dear Video Games podcast, where we're on a quest to bring you fun, inspiring, insightful perspectives on the game industry and its games and the personalities in it. I am Mav, longtime streamer and full-time creator, with my lovely, amazing co-host, Snackless.
Hi, I'm Snackless. I'm also a longtime streamer, a retired teacher, and I'm here to talk about some really fun and exciting game news and to tell you that our monthly theme this month is pool party.
As you can tell, we're still in the frozen north.
Mhm.
It's so cold. If you're listening, I'm wearing a halter top and I have a blanket and my slippers on because it's pouring in Seattle.
These are top only pool outfits, just to keep you in the loop. In fact, wearing pants. So
Snacks is actually in a pool right now.
yes. Keeping my toes warm.
It is. It's a fun one. And thank you all so much for joining. Just a huge shout out to our community. We have a chat full of friends right now. So we do stream this live before we post it on the feeds. We are live Thursday evenings on Twitch, and it will be on podcast feeds and YouTube Friday morning. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that and subscribe. We're actually going to have a feed this time. This is our episode 1, first official. We are officially launching, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited.
Awesome. So if you can't catch the whole thing and you want to catch up afterwards, there are lots of places for you to do that, including our official podcast feed,
which will be Dear Video Games. So look up Dear Video Games. It's going to be everywhere. We'll have it in the show notes too, in the info section. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Obsessed. Can't get enough. We got all the links. We even had my friends at Twitter help us get the handle.
We sure did. We're really official then.
We're official. No underscore. Really, I was like, please help us out. And they're like, give us time. And then one day it just was perfect. And I can't believe it.
Waking up. Magic. Okay, so there's lots of really exciting things going on. And so we're going to start this segment with talking about some breaking news before we dive into some of the specific games that we're really looking forward to.
I need to get one of those sounds for like the do. Hold on, here we go.
I know what you're talking about.
Even though this is like the censor sound.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Oh my gosh. Okay, before the first part of breaking news, there's been a lot going on today. Today is Thursday, June 9th, which Summer Games Fest has launched with Jeff Keighley, and he kind of starts off the summer. He's going to be sharing stuff all month long. So shout out to Jeff. Thank you so much for doing this. It's like our E3, right? Because E3 is not doing anything. And so
missing those events.
I know. It was my favorite convention. And so Summer Game Fest kind of started because of the pandemic, you know, like I think he might have been thinking about doing something for summer, but really was able to bring it all online. It was a couple months long for the first time, but now it's 1 month long. Lots of news. And it's going to be amazing.
How exciting. Lots to look forward to. Really exciting stuff.
Speaking of exciting stuff, we've got PlayStation State of Play Conference, which was a couple of days ago.
Yes, start of June.
Yes, a couple of days ago, they kind of started off the trend of news, and there wasn't a ton. Okay, it was probably not their best. I was really hoping for literally anything.
Just tidbits of information.
I was hoping for some like Wolverine or like literally anything, but not too much. A lot of VR2 though, Snacks. There was a lot of VR2, which there's no VR2 out right now. Like that's not real. It's not out. So
delusional.
They're like, oh, it's on VR2. Like we have VR1. Where is VR2? So
yeah. Do we have a date on that even?
No date, but keep your eyes peeled, I guess.
Eyes open.
I'm just going to use my hands are up on my face like binoculars.
Looking for gaming news today. She's like,
where is the VR2, Sony? But I'm assuming it's obviously going to come out. They showed off a bunch of games.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off Horizon Zero Dawn. What is it?
Spider-Man as well.
Well, Horizon Zero Dawn, I think it was okay. So Forbidden West, but they also did her. Okay, there it is. Call to the Mountain, Horizon Zero Dawn, Call to the Mountain, is their VR2 game, and it looks
Oh,
insane. It looks so good. It is like just imagine playing Horizon Zero Dawn, but you're in first person and you're doing everything. So you're climbing up stuff and you're shooting monsters and you're rolling on
workout.
the ground. Um,
Lots
I'm a
going on.
boomer. Like I don't understand VR2. I don't understand VR. I don't understand VR2. So that's gonna come, and then VR2 games like Resident Evil 8. Snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Would you play a horror game in
VR.
VR?
I've played horror games, like real spooky ones, and what I played in VR, probably not. I don't think so. I think like at least I can put the controller down. But like in VR, I think it's like, oh, I don't know. Would you?
Hmm.
I don't think so.
I feel like I'd run
Maybe
into a
that's
wall.
scary.
I would like sprint. I would literally run away.
Yeah, also that. I have a hard time like standing in a spot doing anything in VR, let alone being chased.
Let us know what you think if you're going to be playing spooky games in VR. I know chat is going to want us to do it, and
Hmm.
I'm sick. I broke my legs. I don't know what happened. Um, they're
Understand.
bringing back Resident Evil 4. They're remaking it, which is exciting. I did start that game. I highly recommend it.
Really?
It's super blocky, so having it come as a remake is really good.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Awesome.
you might actually
Well, I
like
will
it.
look forward to watching you adventure.
We'll get Snacks in on a spooky game. She'll just have to probably be with me.
Yes. I'll visit Mav and we can play something spooky.
Oh, you heard
Maybe
it
do later.
here. This summer with our pool party.
Yes. We'll have a real pool party and a spooky stream.
And they have you played Spider-Man yet?
I haven't, but I watched a lot of it and it looks amazing. I thought it was really, really cool, like looking at Spider-Man swinging between buildings. You played it, right, Matt?
Yes.
I remember
Yes.
watching you.
They're bringing it to the PC. So they're
Oh, maybe we can play
remastering.
Quarry. Hmm.
I
Exciting.
still need to play Miles Morales. That is still on my list. That is the next Spider-Man game that came out.
I have a list a mile long. Working on it.
So
Working through it.
so Snacks.
Yes,
Do you want to go on a date? Do
absolutely.
you want an action-packed date?
Is it in Eternites?
Oh, it'd be an entire night together.
Forever.
Speaking of Eternites, Eternites is an action dating sim game coming
Hmm.
out in 2023, which
Something to look ahead to.
there are so many dates saying 2023, and I'm really scared.
Yeah, a lot of 2023, and you'll definitely hear us kind of visit that number repeatedly. Eternites is an action dating sim, so it's make the most out of life during the apocalypse. Definitely what I would like to do during the apocalypse. Monday, go on a date. Tuesday, clear a dungeon. Friday, freak out. This is wild.
It's
Had a
wild.
wild week in that game.
It looks really cute. It was I can't wait to see it. There's not much what else we can say about it except I heard dating sim action game and I was like, okay, I'll try it. Xbox Showcase is coming this
Mhm.
weekend. I'm very
Yep.
excited for it. June 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. There's gonna be a lot here, Snacks, because
Yeah, busy weekend.
it's there's like a lot of rumors that there's gonna be new games being announced. Like
I love that.
I can't believe
It's
it.
so exciting.
Usually we see a little bit of Phil Spencer there. We'll have some studio
Yeah.
heads joining it. It's a really cool conference. It's probably the highlight of Western culture conference just because they
Mhm.
really understand gamers from our region and
Yeah.
what we like. We love the hype. We love being able to try it out. So usually Xbox conferences will do like a big show. You'll be able to go watch it
Yeah.
in LA and then right after they usually will have demos of every game. So
Cool.
really, really cool. Not there this year, but That's okay. I mean, they're in
Cross our
spirit.
fingers for next year. Maybe we'll be there live in
Oh
person.
my gosh.
Do all
Next
this
year,
stuff.
2023, when all the games come out, we'll be in LA.
Yep.
We're going to
Amazing.
manifest it.
Eating donuts and talking about games.
Oh my gosh.
It's what we do best.
Sign me up.
Yay.
I will also be doing a post show. So if you are interested in the Xbox things, I will be on the Xbox channel at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right after the conference, talking with Joshua, who is their full-time host and producer there on the channel that he plays games on the channel every day.
Amazing.
Yeah, shout out to that team. I got to do that for a long time. So
Yes.
uh, they work very hard. So I'm really excited for this for them because this is their Christmas. You know, like they obviously games launch in the winter time, but the showcase, they're working very hard right now for it. So
Exciting. Lots to look forward to. I wonder what they're going to talk about. Any speculations, Matt? What do you think?
Okay, so I hope they talk about Starfield and
Okay.
Starfield. And I hope they talk about Starfield and like Starfield and
I'm
Starfield
starting.
and Starfield.
More.
Like
Maybe,
I had to bring her.
maybe. Fingers crossed.
Is there any game that you're hoping for, even though you're just boobs deep in Nino Cooney?
I am obsessed with Nina Queen. Just like top 20 kingdom kicking butt.
We're gonna talk about that because I have so many questions.
We will absolutely get to it. I didn't, but then I saw that you had a little note here about Indiana Jones, and I love Indiana Jones. And
Really?
we were just talking
Oh my
about,
gosh.
um, yes, watching some of the movies, and I would love it if there was some more Indiana Jones fun. That would be so exciting.
Honestly, I would probably cry because all they did when they sneak peeked it was they just showed like a hat and like a logo and that was it. And so I'm really excited. I Bethesda making an Indiana Jones game on top of Starfield is going to be amazing. There
So,
is going to be an extended showcase, which they always do. It's the week after the huge showcase. It's like extended show, and they will have more deep dives with some developers that are in the main showcase. Yeah, I'm freezing.
lots, lots.
So yeah, dev interviews, never before seen things are going to be happening. Kelly retweeted it, and she works at Xbox marketing global team. So shout out to Kelly for giving us a little snippet on the Twitter machine because I'm very excited. That means, you know what that means, Snacks? That means something's being announced that they're going to be able to talk about, and we haven't had that in a while since
It's
Halo.
exciting.
Yeah.
I wonder what the new stuff's going to be. I'm always down to hear about new goodies.
Speaking of new goodies, Hideo
Yeah.
Kojima possible leak speculation.
Yes.
Keep your eyes out because there's been some buzz things going on with that. Not sure if that means anything about Metal Gear or anything, but it's definitely about a horror game. So
Ooh.
I'm not sure
More
about
spooky.
that. Did you know that he actually made a demo of oh my god, I forgot. We were literally talking about this the other day. He made a demo
Yeah.
for a scary game where you're just in a hallway and that's it. That's the game.
Are you talking about PT?
Yes.
I played that game.
You're just in a hallway and it like changes a little bit, right? Like I
Yes.
never played it.
So it's more like an L. So you can go down one part and then you turn to the right and then there's some stairs and there's a few rooms off of it and it's dark and spooky and you get attacked by this kind of ominous figure and it's actually quite scary. And
I'm so
I
surprised you
actually
played
really,
it.
I really hope that they would do something more with it one day, but it seems like that's definitely not happening. So yeah, it was pretty cool and pretty spooky. And it was really interesting because depending on what you did, then like the creepy, I can't even barely remember this creepy mom in white would like change her interactions and change how she attacked you. And like if you picked up the phone, like just was all very
Ah,
interactive. And
very
so that was really
Kojima. Just details, details, details.
Yes, really interesting.
Oh
And
my
I even once
gosh.
tried to beat it with a guide and couldn't. So it was actually quite tricky, like
Oh my
step by
gosh. Oh wow. That is
step.
so that is speculation.
Ooh,
Indie games, we love indie games. If you're going to be listening to this
yes,
podcast, it's very indie heavy. We just love the cute cozy, okay?
yes. And it's just like nice to have variety. You
Yes.
can sit in.
It's the spice of life. So I'm hoping to see some new indie games that they've been fostering. They have a huge program to celebrate and showcase, and they are publishing a lot of indie studios. So they're really trying to bolster
I love that. It's so exciting.
yeah,
There's
that
more.
side of the industry.
Hmm.
Anything else that you would want to see? I did
Okay.
I did write down Bethesda Blizzard news, which is it too soon to hear anything about Blizzard collaboration things? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like in there, lying low. I'm not sure. I think that's about it.
No doors for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the thing they actually announced today.
Oh, very exciting. Exciting. Mav told me about this right away. So, Xbox this morning. So you can now, or soon, stream Xbox games directly on your TV with no console. How cool is that? So there's going to be over 100 cloud games with the Xbox app, and then you can use your Samsung Smart TV. Isn't that the coolest, wildest thing? I just love that for so many reasons. And one of them is access. Kind of with my education background, I always think, access for people. And I love it when we can take some of those barriers away, whether they're like being somewhere or financial or whatever, just letting people experience what gaming has to offer. And I feel like this is definitely going to help. And it's so exciting.
Yes, I was just saying that too. Or I saw some tweets that were like, the Xbox isn't going to matter. But you know how hard it is to get a console right now? Like, it's very
Yes.
difficult. And to be
Mhm.
able to play anywhere at any time, it should always be the goal. Like, obviously, you
Mhm.
want everyone to have a console, but I feel like that is such an ancient, dated thing. And we're already
Absolutely.
playing on our phones. Like, we should just
Mhm.
be able to play on our TV as it is without having this huge thing to add.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think getting more people into gaming and getting more people into spaces where they want to be and they yearn to be is never a negative thing. I think that's amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to try.
I can't wait to. They're also working on PC optimization. So they've been pretty hard at work at making sure that they deliver high quality products and games and experiences that you can play anywhere. They've started off with the cloud, and the cloud worked so well. I remember showcasing
Mhm.
it last year on the Xbox channel, and having the developers actually come on to talk about it was really interesting because they were even surprised when it just worked for us. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, when you're live, you're like hoping that the game that you're working on just works. And it worked. Like we opened a browser and we started playing Apex or something.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
it was seamless and it was awesome. So really, really
I'm
cool.
excited to see where they take that. Like 100 Cloud Games is amazing, but I'd really love to see us be able to have like more backwards compatibility. There's some games that I played like years ago that I always wish would like be remastered or come back in some way. And I feel like this might be a key that allows us to do that. Like, so for example, Viva Pinata. I watched a 20-minute YouTube video a few weeks ago on how to get it onto my PC, and it was like so step by step and like just to play this game that I would love to play. And how cool would it be to have some of those like older games, like be available and be
Yes,
available.
and Fusion Frenzy. Okay, I did tweet about this week.
I
All right.
saw.
I tweeted about it. We were watching the trailer and stream. It was so funny. And why not? It is on the Xbox, a 360. It
Mhm.
was everyone's nostalgic to it. I don't know if it holds up, but
See,
what
that's how I feel
if
about Viva Pinata. Just throw them both in there, We'll make it
just get them in
102
there?
games.
Fusion Frenzy. And speaking of their little controller create your own
Mm-hmm.
controller in their design lab. Xbox has always done this where you can make it custom with different colors and buttons and all sorts of stuff.
Your name, right? I think.
Yes, you can and get it. You
Cool.
can get your names on it. You can do all sorts of things. Now come with a bunch of new colors. They came out with a pastel collection a couple of weeks ago,
Yes,
which
beautiful.
they're so cute. And so they came out
Mhm.
with more colors and lots of pastels. So if you want a lighter color controller, or there's just way more that they're working with here. So really
Yep.
exciting.
They also have a beautiful Pride controller they came out with for
That's
this year.
right. So
Yeah,
last
and it's amazing because last year they just had a rainbow controller, and I love it when people can listen to feedback and hear what is needed.
yes.
And it seems like the reception of this controller is much better. They have actually got every single Pride flag on there, and they're kind of like in different strips of the colors all over mismatched, but somehow it still looks so cohesive and amazing. If you haven't checked it out, it's on their Twitter page, and it's amazing. It's very beautiful.
It's super beautiful. And then the first year, I think last year or the year before, I can't. The pandemic really is messing up with my brain with that.
Timeline. Yeah.
But they only gave it to creators from the LGBTQIA plus community, and so no one could have it. Like you couldn't even buy it, and so now
Mhm.
you can buy it, and it has more of the flags on it to represent it.
Amazing.
Is really cool.
Love that.
Love that. So we talked a little bit about Games Fest.
Mhm.
Uh, we'll talk really quickly about it just because there's so much. I gave this showcase not a perfect score just because there wasn't anything new. There wasn't like anything that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to play that.
Mhm.
I gave it like a 7 out of 10,
That's a good score.
which is, I think it's a great score.
That's not that bad.
But I think, there's so many things that are going to be announced. I think studios are getting a little bit more strategic.
Yeah.
I think a lot of studios are doing the Rockstar Bungie thing where they are doing their own announcement. And so,
Yes, definitely more of that and kind of interesting.
yes, because they didn't even show anything like Xbox is even holding their titles close to their chest, and Bethesda didn't
Mhm.
really show anything during Summer Games Fest. So it's going to be interesting. They showed this new game called Callisto Protocol, which is
Ooh,
kind of like a Dead Space
okay.
game, which comes out this winter,
Mhm.
and it looks pretty spooky.
Ooh.
There was basically the showcase today was all sci-fi. It was sci-fi space spooky. And
Mhm.
you look like a Death Stranding character where your face was lit up and you're kind of like on this floating ship that had monsters in it, right? And so
Mhm.
that was like the one that stood out the most from everything in the showcase.
Ooh.
Plus, they gave us like a super long, extended Modern Warfare 2. Do you play the Call of Duty games, Snacks?
No, I could never get into them. My first shooter I played was Halo, and Halo is so
Yes.
like alien and Spartan. And then when I tried to play COD, it was so realistic that I couldn't see the enemies because I was so used to Halo with these giant
Oh,
Spartans that were like blue and purple. So then every time I
that's
tried
so
to play
funny.
Call of Duty, I was like, I can't see them. They blend in.
Wow, that's so interesting. That's actually really interesting. So, Snacks, you play a lot of first person shooters. We
Mhm.
talk
Yeah,
about a lot of cozy things, but your girl Snacks is just a PvP
I've been known to play a little
monster.
PvP.
So, I always try to ask her things about shooters because, it just because women aren't like the majority of the player base, there are a lot of
Mhm.
women who play them. And looking at
Mhm.
Valorant, there's a lot of women playing Valorant.
Yeah.
So Modern Warfare 2 coming in October.
Ooh, I wonder.
Um, 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 what was it? Fort Solis, an indie game. Troy Baker and Roger Clark, who is the Arthur, the voice in Red Dead Redemption,
Mhm.
they're both working together to kind of be leading characters in this game, and it is a tight thriller. They said it looked
Cool.
really cool. another sci-fi Dead Space looking game where you are trying to fight through a spaceship and things happen. It gets crazy. And yeah, I'm interested to see their performance, honestly. The way that they were talking about it, Troy Baker and Roger Clark are very, very well-known voice actors in the video game space, and they've worked on so many things. And so seeing what they are going to do.
Put together, yeah.
Splatoon.
Okay. Really?
Splatoon 3. I'm only gonna grab a couple of these because we could literally talk about everything in the Summer Game Show and it would just be the whole hour.
That's true.
So Splatoon 3 this September. Oh, very exciting, very exciting. And Fall Guys coming free this month. So at the end of the month, June 21st, will be free to play across platform, which is really exciting.
I think it's a really good move for them. That's a fun game, and I feel like it's a great casual kind of fun party game to me. And
yes, I'd bring chat along all the time, and it would be so cool to like have our own lobbies and throw chat in there and see who wins.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a really good move for them.
A few other indie games and Replaced. Replaced was such a cool like cyberpunk game that was one of the most anticipated indie games from the last conference. And unfortunately, it is a Ukraine game studio. So they were hoping they didn't have to delay, but unfortunately, they are super delaying it, obviously, because of the war that's going on. So our hearts go out to Replace and everyone in Ukraine because that is not okay, like for so many reasons. And so to have to not be able to create the things that you're really wanting to make and you're passionate about, I just hope that they're okay.
Yeah, always thinking of them.
I just read what Bearded said. Chat can play a private Falls Guys game while the podcast is going on. Yes. We can make that happen.
Oh, I'm screaming. Wow. You guys are wild.
Okay, so just quick rapid fire here. Goat Simulator 3 is coming this fall.
I love goats.
It's so ridiculous. Marvel, Midnight Sun, Cuphead, Neon White is coming, which is a cool single player first person shooter card game. Warframe is getting a huge update, so make sure you keep your eyes out for that if you're into Warframe. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out next week.
Cool.
Next week, not even next week, this weekend.
Ooh,
very exciting. Oh my god, so busy. Humankind, and let's see, Nightingale, which is the building survival game that is sort of like futuristic a little bit, is coming. And there's also a new Layers of Fear game, so they're coming out with a new one, which looks really spooky. And The Last of Us is getting remastered and remade, and I don't know about it. Have you played The Last of Us, Snacks?
I haven't, but I've watched people play through it. Not necessarily the whole thing, but I've heard.
I just don't know if I would get the remaster. I don't know if I like how Ellie looks. She looks too, I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They changed everything. I mean, they brought in a new technology because of Unreal Engine, I think 5 they're working with. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm a little skeptic. Obviously, I'm so happy to see them do things, but to rebuy the game for that is a little bit, I don't know.
I understand. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
That's fair.
Okay, so one more thing before we hop into some deep dives here. Day of the Devs, which is really cool. So we've been following an account of Wholesome Games, which they also do developer shout outs and stuff like that. But Day of the Devs was like the official indie game supporting conference. The first game show for indie games. It was only in a physical show, right? So it was only in San Fran, and now it's digital, and it was their 10-year anniversary, and I had no idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why I gave the Summer Game Fest such a high point, because that was Jeff's doing of making sure that they were right after the Game Fest because it's so
Mhm.
important to, there are a lot of developing studios and devs who are solo devs in these games, and
Yeah.
they looked so pretty. So I can't wait to be able to do deep dive on those. None of them are coming out this
Mhm.
year,
So just some
unfortunately.
things to look forward to.
Well, okay, so there's one called A Little to the Left, which is an organizing puzzle game, home cleaning puzzle game. Organizing
Cool.
home cleaning puzzle game.
Okay.
And Snacks, the game Bear and Breakfast. Remember the breakfast, bed and
Yes.
breakfast with the bear?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
on it. Um
Exciting.
this really cool sprightly animal well game which isn't coming out yet, and there was a suite of Japanese developers that were making a game solo, and they showcased and like rapid fired some of those, which they're not coming out yet for a while too. So
We'll add them to the list.
yes, there's gonna be a lot of cool Kickstarters. So I think we should do a Kickstarter day where we kind of go on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter day.
Yeah, we
It's a
should
great idea.
we should like one day go check out some Kickstarters and back a bunch of these games because they're so cool.
Absolutely. Kickstarters we saw and why we backed them.
Yes. We usually, any game we see that's really cute, it's usually in the middle of being kickstarted.
Yeah. Fair. We're on the jump though. We're on it.
Yes. Yes. Speaking of wholesome directs,
Mhm.
it's coming up soon.
It is this Saturday on June 11th. So Wholesome Direct Indie Showcase is this weekend. And the hosts are Josh Boykin, Jenny Wyndham, and Mary Kish. And so it's going to be a showcase full
Love
of
Mary.
imagination and variety.
Yay.
And last year, they actually had over 70 games that they talked about, which is like a lot. And
We are
makes me
not
wonder
going to
how
cover
long
all of them, okay, everyone?
So we'll definitely pull some from there and talk about them maybe next week. But it looks so cute and it looks amazing. And you're welcome to like co-host it, I think on Twitch they said, or watch it live for them. And we can post that link for you too if you want to check it out. So hopefully some cute things coming out of this weekend.
Yes. I love that account. That's just so nice. Sometimes you want to play a game that's really, really comfy, that makes you feel good after, not tired or stressed or anything,
Yeah, but even the cozy games have their stress,
That's She's talking about lemon cake.
Oh my gosh. Every cozy game has its challenges. Cozy games are not without challenges, and that's okay.
Speaking of challenges, there's a leak. There's a leak.
It's a secret.
There's a leak. I don't know if it's a real leak, though, Snacks. I don't know if it's real. Like, people are talking about it.
We'll just fan that fire a little.
We'll just fan it. And it's of a, I almost wanted to make this company specific show, because we're such big fans of it.
And there's always something fun to talk about, and it's so great to play games with people.
And you can just hold it in your hands.
It's like 1, 2.
That's it.
Switch.
Yeah, 1, 2 switch, or just switch it up. There is a leak, so keep your eyes peeled. People are talking about a Nintendo Direct next week, which
I would love to hear about new things, but also mostly what I talk about every week is when we're getting more Mario Kart tracks. So bring on the Nintendo Direct and bring on the racetracks.
Literally, when we were going through, we usually on Wednesdays afternoons, we'll do like a little afternoon coffee date or hangout date, and we'll kind of go through and see like, oh, we want to talk about like, what games are you interested in? And we're like, this next is like, where are the tracks?
Me every week, I get to the Nintendo Switch section and then I say, new Mario Kart tracks. Nada.
Nothing.
Be patient.
Literally anything. So they had like a faux Nintendo Direct, and everyone was like, there's nothing here. And they're like, we know. And so I think there's going to be another announcement where it's just sort of like they drop it, and
yeah,
there's not nothing. We'll talk about it soon, because we have a segment on this show that's called Switch It Up that chat named uh,
Yeah.
that we will talk about Nintendo things. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we'll get there. Moving on to some new games in our little deep dive section. So this is where we tell you about a few new upcoming games and give you all the details, all the dates, and everything you must and need to know about Ooblets. Now, I played Ooblets previously when it was in early
Esports
access,
Ooblets.
and it's coming out. I think. Well, I mean, the game's out, but I think it's coming out of that early access title very, very soon. So it is developed by Glumberland. Like, what a cute title. And it's a life simulation game. So if you haven't played, you just live a simple life on a farm, and then you get to create vegetables. You have a little house, and you can decorate your house too, which I love. You make friends with Ooblets, which are these like
They're like little
little
balls.
creatures.
Yeah.
Some of them look like mushrooms, some of them look like monsters. There's variety there. And you solve problems for the town, and then you solve problems by having a dance battle.
That's
Dance
right.
battle.
When this was coming out, I know everyone was dancing in their farm because you have
So
dance battles
cute.
in the crops.
Yeah, they have clubs, and you can have your own store in the town, and there's like all of these really cool regions and places to explore and expand. And so, yeah, I played the early access a year or so, or maybe it's even been two by now. And I thought it was amazing, so cute, really fun, and it's on Epic and Xbox, and it's coming to the Switch this summer. Have you played, Matt?
Ooh, I have not played. I'm so excited to
Oh,
try it.
I think it's a good that you waited because a lot of the parts were like blocked off, like not like can't access yet, and so I'm really excited to kind of like see the game with a fresh lens and see all the cute
Uh,
ooblets and see what they're up to.
I'm so
So cute.
excited. So this summer, so keep your
Mhm.
eyes out for it. I would
Yeah.
I'll definitely play it. It's a single player game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You got it.
That's so cool.
Looks
Speaking of
amazing.
another game that's coming out in 2023,
Yes.
another treasure, almost said adventure, another crab's treasure by
Mhm.
Aggro Crab. Snacks. This game looks so cute.
At first, I thought it looked cute when we first like heard about it, and then I read the first line, which said, "This game is an amusing take on a Souls-like genre," and I thought this was like cute ocean crab business,
Can I
open
put this
world
on camera?
exploration. Get pummeled by
It
other
looks
lobsters.
so cute though. You're like this cute little crab, but is it like Tunic where it's very Souls-like and unforgiving and
Yes,
super
really
cute?
hard. I've never played a Souls game. I think this will 100% be my first Souls game. Crabs.
It's so
We're
cute
not surprised.
though.
It looks so cute. So basically, you get to
Your
explore.
krill? You're
Yes,
smaller than a
your name's
crab.
Krill.
As
I
krill?
get to
The name is
explore
krill? Oh
under.
my god. So cute.
Yeah, looks amazing. Looks
Crabageddon.
amazing. And I think there's like they've woven in like kind of pollution theme as well, which I really like. I think that's always good to bring kind of some awareness to. So I think it's going to be amazing.
Oh my gosh. As
Amazing.
krill. As a hermit crab. Stop. It's so cute.
Hermit crab.
Oh.
Mm, so
Oh
amazing.
gosh. Okay, so that's gonna be so cute. I can't wait to play it. I want to watch you play it, so please play it for me.
I will. It'll be my first one. And it's actually, this is really interesting. It's coming out on the Switch. So that's kind of, I think, a bit different than like your typical
Yeah.
Souls games. So I'm excited and interested in trying something new. And I love the ocean and kind of like ocean animals. And I think it's going to be so fun. And I
Boss
love the key
fights
parts
and
of it. I'm not one to do a boss fight 20 times, but I guess I will be soon.
it's happening. She's diving into the Souls-like games. It's happening. I'm
Yeah,
still
diving in.
even Elden Ring. I'm so scared to play, but I want to play. So I feel like this might be a good practice.
100%. Have you ever played a game where you had a boss that you couldn't beat, or it took you like 20 times to beat it? Have you ever
Literally
experienced
every game I've ever played. I feel so seen right now.
Oh my gosh. So I've only really experienced that a few times. One of them was actually in
You're such a
Pikmin.
badass.
It was so embarrassing. I was fighting a Pikmin boss, and it was like a big slug worm in the
Oh,
ground. And it took me like 3 weeks to beat. And I tell you, I've never been so embarrassed. Like at first, I was like, I'm not watching a YouTube tutorial. I can do this by myself. This is a kid's
oh
game.
my
Like, I can.
gosh.
No, I watched every tutorial, still couldn't beat it.
I love how we're like, I will never watch a video tutorial. And if I am, it's very dire.
I was desperate.
We're very
Desperate.
desperate. Oh, it's so good. Oh
Mav
my
got a really
gosh.
cool package this week.
Oh, I did. Oh my gosh. It's behind me. It's over there. But there's this
Mhm.
new game coming out. If you've played Until Dawn, then you have been on the radar so far. It is a story driven, movie like video game where
Ooh,
your choices matter. And in this game, there's actually hundreds of different endings. So, which is pretty
wow.
insane. It's called The Quarry, published by 2K. Supermassive Games made it. They've made a bunch of games that we've been playing through, but it's definitely one of my favorite studios of all time because I just love those games where your choices matter and they dictate what happens in the game. And at
Mhm.
the ending, there's so many different endings, and that's really hard to make. That is literally so much code. um,
Yeah, that's true.
so basically, you are a camp counselor. So you are helping the
Ooh.
teens along, and you're kind of directing them in their camp. So if you don't know what camp is in the U.S., or I don't know if they have camp in Canada, but
It's not as big of a thing.
in the US, we do a lot of things like camping and going to camp. So kids go to camp and they sleep in houses in the middle of nowhere in the trees, and they do lake activities and hiking activities. They learn about survival and all sorts of stuff like that. It's kind of like a nature
Mhm.
vacation, but it's like
Yeah.
homework. You like learn how to cook and survive and all sorts of stuff. And so
Fun.
it's going to be
So
a group of kids trying not to die with
stay alive.
so many actors. Like there are so many famous voice actors in all of these games. So I'm very excited.
Exciting. Is that coming out soon?
That is coming out tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
So it's coming out tomorrow. And then in July is when it officially comes out with all of the features. So you will be able
okay.
to play co-op, kind of like the other games.
Oh, cool. And can we watch you play it? Will you be playing?
I will be playing it. I'm very excited to play it. And
Okay,
then
we'll be there.
it's kind of like they've kind of been trying to perfect the co-op experience. So sometimes they'll show you different parts of the game. There's
Mhm.
also a controller pass back and forth mode where you can
Oh, cool.
when you can actually co-op in person. So it'll
I love
tell you when to swap the controller, which is really cool. So tried that out. We played oh my gosh, what is it called? The one with Ashley Tisdale. Which one was that? With Formal, and we got wrecked, but that's okay.
Very.
Everyone died.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so that is coming out now, probably. And
Exciting. Something to look forward to.
yeah, and it's kind of a cool game to kick off summer with because you're basically going to like summer camp. You're going to
Yeah,
camp
good timing.
counselor
The name
and
of this game is the Quarry.
the
How do you say that?
quarry.
Quarry.
The
The Quarry.
quarry. Yes.
The Quarry. Speaking of Mav playing games, Mav played a game called Unpacking recently, and it's on my to play list. And so I watched snippets of her playing it because I didn't want to have it
I want
spoiled,
you to
but
play this so bad
I'm going
because
to. It's on my
you're going
to-do
to get
list
so
like right
mad.
away. Mad?
Yes. You're going to be like, why is this over here? Why isn't it over there? This
I
is
like
how
a
I organize my
cohesive,
drawers.
clutter-free.
I can't wait to see you play this.
Gosh. Unpacking is developed by Witchbeam, and it's available right now. Just came out somewhat recently, I
Mhm.
think in the past few months, and it has actually won 28 different awards. When I went to their website, it said awards, and I clicked on it, and it was a wall of awards. I thought that's extremely impressive. It's like a Zen puzzle game. So basically, it's about unpacking your possessions out of boxes and fitting them into a new home and space. And so part of it's like a block fitting puzzle, and part of it's like home decor, which is really exciting. And I think there's a story element there as well. As you unpack different things, you get to learn new things about yourself and kind of your own journey. And so I'm very excited to give it a try too.
It's so
And
good. It's like
it looks so
I
fun.
don't want to spoil it, but just
Okay.
even, even I see bearded. Even the way they pack the boxes, you're like, why is this in this box? Like,
It's so funny. I wonder if they did that on purpose or were they just like throwing something
I
away?
think so because there are a couple of different stories that you can experience. I'm sure they'll come out with more.
Oh,
But
I
there are
didn't realize that.
yeah, there are different books that you can choose. I think I played through the red book, which is you're a woman, and you go through a bunch of things, and you don't know what's going to happen because you end up in a new place in a new house, and you have to unbox your life, and you're like, oh, I was in this really cool house, and now I'm not. What happened? And so you
Oh
kind of try to
no.
figure out like what happened,
Yeah. Oh
and like
gosh.
what changed. And it was really awesome. Like it's really such a beautiful way of storytelling where it's, they're not telling you what's happening. You're kind of like,
You get to kind of uncover that for
you
yourself.
get to
And it
kind of,
kind of has this sort
yeah.
of like pixelated look to it, doesn't it?
Yes, the art is very cool. It's super cute. It's very sprightly. I would say it's like
Cool.
pixely illustrated. It's like that sweet in between.
I like
Um,
that's nice.
yeah, the art is really fun. The music is really cute. All the little sound effects, which I'm
Oh, I
sure they
love
had,
that.
I'm sure they had so much fun getting all of the sounds for
Getting them
everything.
right, like putting things down.
Yeah,
I like that.
like the silverware and like the doors and like soap and just all sorts of stuff. Really,
Ah,
really
all
cute.
those little interactive parts. It is available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. What did you play it on, Mav?
I think I played on PC. I played on
Okay.
PC, I think, or on the Switch.
Okay, well,
I
definitely
think
I
it's
will
on
play.
PC. What did I play it on? Either way, the same game, but I think I played on PC.
Okay, I will play and I'll play a different book and then I'll let you know how it is.
Yes. I highly recommend playing it on the PC
Okay,
versus
good
a
to know.
controller just because you want to be able to mouse around. Like I don't think it makes that much of a difference because you can kind of left thumbstick things around, but I think it's way more satisfying to
I
kind of
think you're right.
click and
Yeah.
organize and with the mouse. So,
Ease of moving for sure.
yeah, I recommend using a mouse if you can. If not, still great, but
Hmm.
if you want the real experience, use play the PC version.
Okay, amazing. Okay, moving on to our favorite time, the switch it up section where we talk about what's new with the Nintendo Switch and amazing things that are coming up.
Oh my gosh, the Switch. I just want to flex that I have the OLED and I can't stop raving about it. I have both. I have the Animal Crossing Switch, I have the regular Switch, and I have the OLED Switch. I'm obsessed. Okay. Um there is a new Pokemon game and so
Yes.
Acrius was the last one, right? The open world.
Yes, it was the first open world.
So I started that, haven't finished that yet, but I feel like that was practice for the new one that's coming out called Pokemon
Mhm.
Scarlet and Violet. If you
Yes.
haven't seen it, it looks very similar to Acrius in terms of like
Yes.
the world.
But I think even better. So
Hmm.
I'm very excited and I'm very optimistic, and I think I'm actually gonna hop on this one because I didn't play Acrius, and so I think I'm gonna play
Yes,
Scarlet and
we should do it
Violet.
together because it's
Yes,
co-op. It's the first co-op
right.
Pokemon game,
Definitely. We should totally play together.
and I
And I think there's like different Pokemon on
on each
different like
one, yeah,
yeah. So
yes,
we can play
on
different.
each
Yeah,
one,
we should.
and so I don't know. There's they haven't said anything. All they did was show a trailer. There was
Mhm.
four characters they were showing that they were swapping Pokemon back and forth. They all look like trainers. The indicator was that it was co-op. They didn't say it was co-op, but it looks co-op.
I read about
Um,
it when we were going over our notes, and it definitely seems that way. Like when I was reading an article, they were saying that that was part of the plan. So fingers crossed that that's gonna come through.
yeah, I wonder how they're going to do that. And so yeah, I can't wait to try it. I think that's going to be a pretty big game because
I'm excited. And
co-op.
I think,
So
yeah, and hopefully a few tweaks to that kind of open world.
Yes.
Definitely gonna do
Yes.
that. Tomorrow,
Say it, Snacks. Give it to me.
Mario Strikers.
Mario
Mario
Strikers is
Strikers.
finally out. We get to play soccer with a twist. And so that's coming out tomorrow. I'll be playing it.
Mhm.
If you follow me on Instagram, you know I play a lot of Mario games on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's usually Mario Party Superstars with the fam. I try to crush the kids. You know, you gotta. But we're going to be playing Mario Strikers this weekend. So I will let you guys
Looks
know how it
fun.
goes. It's
Yeah, so I've
actually
got my
coming tomorrow. It's like shipping.
I wonder if there's gonna be like some super powerful moves and like if it's gonna be chaos. I love a good chaotic game.
Right? Like, I wonder if it's going to be like Mario Tennis, where there's like combos and then power ups and supers and stuff like that, where you're
Right,
like,
yeah,
oh,
different fields and stuff.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Cool.
I'm excited. All I've seen is
Looks
like really
cool.
cute art for it.
Mhm. Yeah, it looks a little bit like I'm not sure how to describe it, like almost like darker, thicker lines for the art. So
Yeah,
I'm
very
kind of curious to
Borderlands.
see. Yeah, exactly, like a little bit different. So I'm kind of interested to see where they take that.
And just a couple things to add from the showcase today. We talked a little bit earlier, but we'll kind of reiterate. Splatoon 3 is coming in September, which is
Mhm.
exciting, which is on the Switch. And Monster Hunter update is coming this month as well. So
Lots to look forward to.
I love Monster Hunter. I'm obsessed. I don't know why. Like there's I don't know if it's just because I like fighting the monsters and figuring out like my gear and like eating
Mhm.
the cute little food, and like there's always like a song they play when you make food and stuff.
Aw.
It's so cute, and I just love how they put it together. I wish there was more of like an end game, like an
Mm,
end game, like
I s
what you're gearing up for.
Mhm.
But I think it's mastery. It's like a super mastery game where they want you to just get better at it. So uh yeah, that's
Looks good.
Mario Strikers.
And sadly, just to confirm, chat, nothing on Animal Crossing at this time.
Uh, uh,
So
sadness,
hopefully there'll be
darkness.
that sneaky Nintendo Direct, and we'll get
Come
a little more
on,
information.
Nintendo. And hopefully we'll get some tracks for the Mario Kart.
Yeah, you know we want those
That
Nintendo
game,
Direct.
when did that come out? Like when it launched, right?
So we had Mario Kart for quite some time.
We've had it forever.
But then they released like this, it's gonna be,
Deluxe.
is it 10 or 12 new sets of tracks? It's a lot. Like I think it's 10 new sets of four, which is just like crazy. And it was a really, really good deal. And so basically they're taking some of the older tracks, like from the N64 or from the GameCube, and then they're kind of bringing those back, kind of like remastered in a way.
Yeah.
And then they're also adding in a few new tracks each time as well, which is really awesome.
So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the current Mario Kart that's out, came out in May of 2014. So
Really?
this game has been out for some time.
Wow.
2014, because that's
What do
when
you
did
know?
this, let's see, Switch
That's a
release
long
date
time.
was
What do you know?
2017.
Oh, it came out on the Wii U.
Oh my gosh, you're right. So the
Wow.
Switch came out in 2017. Okay, so Mario Kart Deluxe 8 came out 2014, and then in 2017 there was an insane spike because it relaunched on the Switch. So a
Right.
little bit of history. I had no idea. I had to look it up.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's obviously working out well, but it's kind of nice to see that they're adding some more tracks there eventually.
I still haven't tried Switch Sports or Workout or what is it?
I haven't played it yet either, but I saw people playing it on Twitter, and they said it was fun.
I have to try it.
What a
I need
game.
to. I need to get my guns. Obviously, you can see my
Mhm.
shoulders. Oh.
Pump
Uh,
it.
okay, so that's up it for Switch It Up. I'm so sorry. I know. I wish there was more on the Switch. Obviously, there's a lot of games coming onto the Switch, but more for Switch It Up is more Nintendo. So
Mhm.
Hopefully we hear more then.
Fingers crossed for more.
Fingers crossed. Okay, what have you been up to? What have you been up to, Snacks?
Well, I took a little bit of a break from gaming, and so I actually came back to my office and played my first game 2 or 3 days ago with Mav, and it was Destiny. We turn it on, we launch into the new season of The Haunted. We're so excited. What happened? What happened? Okay, so backstory. I took a 2.5 year break from Destiny, came back in January to the Witch Cream. Amazing, amazing. So I've been playing since, and now it's the season after. And I mean, forget it being like the same thing over and over again. Mav and I started the season a week or two after everyone, and so that public event that you have to do with the 3 tiers that you can fail, there's no one doing it. So we basically had to 2-man it and fail it 7 times in a row. And so it took us like 3 hours to do 2 steps. So like, I don't.
We're gonna play more this weekend. Okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna play more. We're gonna give it a good college try. I played a little bit this morning with just strikes and it was fine. But like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have more to report. We'll see.
Night.
I heard people were finishing the story. There's like a story quest for it and everything. And
okay, well,
it was like very touching. It looked like on Twitter. So we're going to give it another college try, but it's getting a little confusing. So I'm hoping for it.
And they have something going on for Pride, Mav, I think, right?
Yes, that's right. They have a pin. They're donating proceeds of that to charities. They have emblems in the game. They do so much for the community. And so if you are interested in getting some goodies and also helping some amazing causes out, make sure you check out their Bungie shop or Bungie store and get some goodies.
Yes.
I still haven't gotten my Vault of Glass jacket yet. I'm really upset. I don't know if it's coming.
Oh gosh.
It's a raincoat. That would be so helpful right now.
Yes. Be cozy. What else have you been up to? What have you been playing off stream?
Oh my goodness. I have been playing a lot of Dragon Age actually. I've been playing so much Dragon Age Origins. So I've just started Dragon Age Origins. There was an announcement from Dragon Age this last week.
Yes.
Which I'm not missing out on the hype for that. I'm playing it. We're going through it all. I'm sure we'll hear more about it soon. They announced the name of the title. So they announced that they were working on something in 2018, BioWare was. And then now it's called Dreadwolf. And I don't know what that means until it's something to do with the character that you meet. And I don't understand. So I'm playing the games. It's been so fun. I'm surprisingly addicted to it.
It looks fun.
Not surprised, but surprised.
Looks like a good time. Looks awesome. I have been obsessed with Ni no Kuni, the mobile game, Crossworlds. I am
not just obsessed. Like you have a channel in your Discord.
I do have a channel in Discord. And so it's so interesting because sometimes I don't know if you experience this, Matt, but I don't like to kind of like talk about Twitch necessarily in other areas of my life. So I just hopped on Ni no Kuni and then I thought, well, I'll just make a kingdom as soon as I got to level whatever, make a kingdom. So I called it the Snacklet Kingdom, and we just had one snacklet from like my actual snackless community come. And so then overnight I filled up my kingdom and now we're in the top 20 and like competitive and it's like this thing, and they were like, do you have a Discord? And like I was like, okay, like actually I'm a Twitch streamer and like I do have a Discord, and like come on in. So
I can't wait. I went to download it and I didn't have enough space on my phone. So I'm gonna have to download it on my gaming phone.
Yes.
And then I have to come in and experience this because I have no idea what it's about, but it sounds fun.
It's so fun.
I love mobile games too. Like a good mobile game can go so far. Like I've heard so many good things about Diablo Immortals. And I want to try that too. So Ni no Kuni and Immortals on the phone. And yeah, what else has been going on? Oh, I started Skyrim.
V-Rising? Wait, pardon?
Yeah, V-Rising and Skyrim. So V-Rising is like a Valheim Diablo looking vampire game, which I love it so much. I can't wait to play more of it.
I
There's
have to
so
play
many
this.
games. I started so many games. There's so many games.
Wild.
But yeah, so I started Skyrim. We're gonna be playing through Skyrim as well.
I want to play.
Yes, right? Like, and V Rising is so much fun. And launching tomorrow, I played some Mass Effect offline. So my
Ooh.
first ever Mass Effect playthrough offline, so I don't get any spoilers. So I'm already almost done with it. Man, what a great game. Like, BioWare has it figured out. Like, they have it. They have the secret sauce for like narrative games.
Awesome. I've heard good stuff. That's great. Yeah, I want to play Skyrim too, but I don't have any room on my computer, so it's just like sitting in my Steam waiting to
Oh my
download.
gosh. If you play on your computer, can we please deck your game out in mods? I'm playing on the Xbox, so mine is just vanilla. I'm playing the special edition, so it's kind of got upgraded. They added some of the mods to the game already. But if you play it, please, I want to watch.
What are some of the mods? Like, what can you do?
Snacks, you can literally make certain characters Kermit the Frog, and like
That's so funny.
There's so many things that we can do to your game. Please let myself and your mods mod your game for you.
Okay, sounds amazing. And then weirdly enough, I've also been playing a bit of Fortnite, just like for fun, because they have no build now.
That's true.
And there's a new season. True. I think it started Saturday, or Saturday was where they do the like live event.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually started on Saturday or whatever, but they have a new map and you can ride animals. You can ride a pig and a wolf, and they eat berries and meat, and it's, oh my gosh, it's awesome. And you can plant a plant. Anyway, it's fun. If you haven't played and you liked it before, you'll like it now again, and there's fun things going on. So
speaking of Fortnite, I tweeted that I didn't need the Obi-Wan Kenobi skin. I'm happy to report that I did purchase it. So,
now you have a reason to hop on in.
There's also a skin in the season pass that looks like me with my pink and brown hair.
Okay, well, it's just time for you to get back into it.
Only if I play with you, Snacks. I made this rule.
Definitely.
I literally made this rule, and that's why we're going to be playing this weekend.
Yes. Well, then we can ride the animals together. It's so fun.
Yes. So make sure you join us. We are playing games together Saturday night.
Yes, not Friday night. We moved it.
We moved it Saturday night. So keep your eyes out. If anything changes, make sure you guys join our Discords, follow the socials. Pretty easy to be able to find that out.
We'll keep you updated.
But yeah, I think that's a lot. I don't think I'm doing anything else this week other than keep your eyes out for lots of new stuff, because next episode is going to be pretty busy too.
Yes, because we'll have all of the fun things to talk about from this weekend. And so, yeah, just like Mav said, I'll have a Destiny date night with Mav on Saturday. And if I'm feeling up for it, then I'll be streaming too. So cross your fingers. Stay tuned. Either way, Mav will be live. So if I don't make it on, you can watch me there.
Yes.
We'll be getting into trouble.
We always get into some trouble, which, speaking of trouble, I've got some new clips to show you, Snacks, of our Minecraft playthrough from the spawner.
The spawner, I was not in my right mind. I was very stressed.
Yes.
And forgot how to speak English.
We've been playing through Minecraft too, our first ever playthrough. We might actually just put it up on Dear Video Games YouTube channel. I'm not sure, or maybe just mine. We'll decide later once we get through it. We've been farming a lot right now, so but yeah, that is gonna be it for today. We will add a few links into the show notes on YouTube and on Anchor. So whatever podcast you're listening on, or whatever podcast platform you enjoy, we're pretty much there. The RSS feed goes to all of them. So that'll be amazing. If there's any information that you want to know from the show that isn't linked, make sure to tag Snacks or I on Twitter. It's a great place to reach out to us, or in our Discords.
Yeah, absolutely. Either Discord is a good place.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here and joining us for our Dear Video Games podcast, episode 1, our first official episode. Just like Matt said, make sure to follow and subscribe on all of our social media. So we have Twitter, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have the podcast. So we're everywhere. So you just have to look us up. And like she said, if you're looking to talk with either of us, definitely check out Discord. And thank you so much for taking time out of your night to spend time with us. We really, truly appreciate it. And we are so grateful for your support.
Yay! Happy gaming!
See you next week.